Stop looking at the megapixels. Stop looking at the autofocus speeds. And for the love of everything, stop comparing your camera to a smartphone. Because Fujifilm just did something that most people think is insane. They didn't build a better camera, they built a time machine. They call it the Fujifilm X-Half, and it is arguably the most controversial, frustrating, and brilliant piece of technology released in the last decade. While Sony and Canon are fighting a war over who can pack the most artificial intelligence into a sensor, Fujifilm just took a massive step backward. And in doing so, they might have accidentally created the most important camera of our generation. Welcome to my channel Tech Launch. Subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for the new tech updates. If you're watching this, you're likely tired. You're tired of the perfect digital look. You're tired of having 40,000 photos on your phone that you never look at. And Fujifilm knows this. They know that the perfection of modern photography has killed the soul of it. The X-Half is their answer. It's a digital camera that thinks it's a film camera from the 1960s. It's small, it's vertical, and it has a feature that sounds like a nightmare to most professionals. You can't see your photos until you develop them. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The sensor. This isn't your typical APS-C or full-frame sensor. It's a 1-inch vertical sensor. Why vertical? Because Fujifilm looked at how the world consumes content today. We live in a vertical world. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, it's all vertical. But instead of just telling you to turn your camera sideways, Fujifilm built the entire architecture of this machine around the 3:4 vertical aspect ratio. This is a half-frame digital camera. In the analog days, half-frame cameras like the Olympus Pen or the Ricoh Auto Half allowed you to get 72 shots on a 36 exposure roll. It was about economy, storytelling, and speed. The X-Half brings that exact philosophy into 2026. When you hold the X-Half, something strange happens. It doesn't feel like a tool, it feels like a toy. But that is the ultimate deception. It's incredibly light, only about 240 grams. You can drop it in a jacket pocket and forget it's there. But when you bring it to your eye, you aren't looking at an electronic screen with 100 different icons and histograms. You're looking through a tunnel-style optical viewfinder. It's raw. It's glass. It's you and the subject, with no digital layer in between. This is what we've lost in the age of mirrorless dominance, the connection to the moment. But here is where it gets psychological. Fujifilm introduced something called film camera mode. This is the feature that will either make you love this camera or throw it against a wall. When you activate this mode, you choose your role. You pick a film simulation, maybe the new Reala Ace or the classic Acros, and you select your frame count. 36, 54, or 72. Once you start, you are locked in. You cannot change your film mid-roll. You cannot see the back screen. You cannot chimp and check if you got the shot. You just shoot. It forces you to trust your instincts. It forces you to care about the frame. And most importantly, it brings back the anxiety of the unknown that made film photography so addictive. Now, let's talk specs for the skeptics, because I know the USA audience loves the numbers. We're looking at an 18-megapixel BSI CMOS sensor. On paper, that sounds modest. But remember, this isn't for giant billboards. This is for the look. The lens is a fixed 10.8mm f/2.8, which gives you a 32mm equivalent field of view. Why 32mm? Because that is the exact focal length of the legendary Fujifilm quick-snap disposable cameras. It's the people's focal length. It's wide enough for the street, but tight enough for a portrait. It's the focal length of memory. And the aperture ring? It's a physical, tactile joy. It clicks from f/2.8 down to f/11. There is no third stop clicking here. It's whole stops, just like the old days. You have to make decisions. You have to be deliberate. This camera isn't trying to help you, it's trying to challenge you. But what about the 2-in-1 feature? This is where the X-Half becomes a storytelling beast. Because it's a half-frame inspired system, it has a physical frame advance lever. Yes, a digital camera with a lever you have to pull. When you're in 2-in-1 mode, you take a shot, pull the lever, and take a second shot. The camera then stitches them together into a single 3:2 landscape image, a diptych. This isn't just a gimmick. It's a way of thinking. You start looking for connections. A close-up of a flower next to a wide shot of a garden. A portrait of a person next to a shot of their hands. It turns a single photo into a narrative. Let's address the smartphone killer argument. Everyone says the best camera is the one you have with you, which is usually your iPhone. But your iPhone makes decisions for you. It uses computational photography to fake bokeh, to over-sharpen, and to saturate. The X-Half does the opposite. It gives you the Fuji colors, the skin tones that no smartphone has ever successfully replicated. It gives you grain that feels organic, not like a filter. When you look at an image from the X-Half, it doesn't look like data. It looks like a photograph. And for the creators, let's talk about the app. Usually, camera apps are a nightmare. But the X-Half app is designed to be your digital darkroom. When you finish your roll of 72 shots, you connect to your phone, and you develop them. They don't just appear. There's a progress bar. There's anticipation. And when they finally pop up, it feels like opening a gift. You see your mistakes, you see your triumphs, and you see the story of your day laid out like a contact sheet. This is the dopamine hit that social media tries to mimic, but here, it's tied to your own creativity. Wait, we need to talk about the space black and the sand colorways. Fujifilm knows that aesthetics matter. This camera looks like something you'd find in a vintage shop in Tokyo or a boutique in Soho. It's a fashion statement as much as it is a camera. And in the USA market, where vibe and aesthetic are driving the revival of CCD sensors and old digicams, the X-Half is positioned to be the ultimate lifestyle accessory. But unlike a 20-year-old Canon PowerShot, this has USB-C, Wi-Fi 7, and a battery life that will give you nearly 900 shots on a single charge. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. The autofocus is contrast detect. It's not going to track a bird in flight or a race car. It's leisurely. It's deliberate. If you're looking for a professional workhorse to shoot a wedding, this isn't it. But if you're looking for a camera that makes you want to go outside, if you're looking for a camera that makes you stop looking at your phone and start looking at the light hitting a building, this is the only camera on the market that does that. The price point is another point of contention. At $850, it's not cheap. You could buy a used X-T3 for that. You could buy a high-end lens for that. But you aren't paying for specs. You're paying for a philosophy. You're paying for the engineering required to make a digital device feel analog. You're paying for the leaf shutter that is so quiet you can take a photo of someone 3 feet away and they won't even hear it.